everyone, what is up? Welcome back to the channel. I'm out the next day from the previous video, trying to get 2 days in a row of snow, and I'm heading up toward Flagstaff. I'm in mud. I'm in like 10 miles of mud, bad mud. There's snow all around. But the road, it's melted and it's sloppy. It's throwing it all over the truck, which I hate. I can see it just everywhere. It's on the windshield, on the hood, and I've been going slow, trying not to be stupid. This stuff is slippery too. A lot of sliding around. Yeah, this is probably the worst I've seen this road. It's a 10-mile road that cuts across the high desert, gets me over to the main road that I need to get into the forest area. Now I can go up and around, and it's about, I don't know, it's 20, 40, maybe 50 miles further, like out of my way, but it's all paved that way. Usually this road is just really dusty, and if it monsoons, it gets flooded out. There's about 6 areas where it gets flooded, so I know when to stay away from it. I had a feeling this is the worst part of coming up here, is this one road. Do I take it or do I not? And when it's this bad, I won't come back on it. I'll go all the way around to get back. Like I said, it's about 50 extra miles to go that way. But this is bad. Like it's all over the windshield now. The windshield wipers on these cars, this car in particular, isn't that good. So I need to kind of let this mud dry, and then I can like go after it with like a paper towel or something. I got a couple more miles of this. Yeah, I guess I'll have to wash this thing. Hopefully I can find deep enough snow where I can get, some of it off, where you coat it with snow, and when the snow falls off, it takes the mud with it. I don't know, we'll see. Should be interesting. Well, I just made my way back in here. I was driving with my tennis shoes on. Had to put on my snow boots here. It's pretty deep. It's pretty soft. I should have got some shots coming in. That muddy road painted my whole dang car. No matter how much snow I went through, it wasn't knocking it off. So it's amazing. I didn't run the camera on the windshield to catch this, but the road I come up, just to give you an idea, I showed the muddy road. So from the 89, there's a 2-lane highway. 89 goes down to Prescott. Well, you come off of that and you take an 8 or 10 mile cross the high desert dirt road, and it was just mud. From there, you grab another road that comes from Williams south, and it's paved, but it's rarely used. It's rarely used. And they didn't plow it. So I caught some of that. You could see kind of in the middle of the 2 lanes. Well, I came up on traffic. Like I might see one Jeep or something if I'm up here going that route. Like I literally 9 times out of 10 don't see any vehicles. So I'm coming up the hill, and I call it traffic. There's a car. Probably it was like a Subaru or something, some kind of car, all-wheel drive Subaru. And in front of that was like an older Tundra. In front of that was a big box van. In front of that was a semi. And they were going for a while, and then the semi stopped. It was like stuck. It was, snow and packed down. It was icy, and it was where the last incline is to get up that road. So everyone's jammed behind it. And just like this, there's only a 2-track. So on either side, it was like at least 3 feet deep. And I'm at I'm looking up there. I can see all these things, and I'm like, well, I can't pull out the semi, right? It's a full-size truck and trailer. What the heck it's doing back here, I have no idea. Well, I do. I'll tell you in a minute. So I put it in 4 low and went off on the shoulder and just slowly drove right past everybody. 3 feet of snow, nice and slow, didn't spray anyone. Went by them, go about another half mile up that, and there's a U-Haul, a big U-Haul box van towing a car that is jackknifed and off, like 3/4 of the way blocking the road, but stuck. And so I there's no way I can pull them either. There's no way. They're 3 times the size of my car. Plus, they're on the road. They're not like stuck out in the wilderness. They're on the road. So I went around them, and I saw a Tacoma coming down, and I stopped him. Told him, hey, there's told him about everything I just passed. He said, yeah, I could see that he had a one of those, what do you call them? The elastic, ropes, the ones that stretch. He said he's been trying to pull out that U-Haul, and he about broke his truck. But he said there was a tracked tow truck coming down. So I went ahead and pushed forward. I didn't, it's not like I just drove by nothing. There's nothing I could do when you have these gigantic, trucks. Look at the mud and stuff on that. I drove really slow through there too. Anyway, so he said they closed the 40. So the 40, everyone in the United States should know the 40 is a freeway that runs coast to coast, the lower third of the country. And it runs, from California through Kingman, through Flagstaff, through Albuquerque, catches the top of Texas. That's the 40. Well, they shut it down last night because of all the all the snow, I suppose. And what they do is, I don't know why the city, the county, the sheriff's department, they don't close. So that's 17 miles north of here to the town, and then a couple miles to that freeway, the 40. They close it down so these guys get off and they come down this road because probably on a mapping thing they can see they could go down here, cut across and get to the 89, which takes you to Prescott, which then takes you down to Cordis Lakes and gets you back on the 17 if they were trying to get to Flagstaff and then south to Phoenix on the 17. They should close the road. They should have a sheriff's thing there, highway patrol, something. Because I've seen this now. This is like the 4th or 5th time I've seen these tractor trailers way back down in here where they have no business. Even when there's no snow, they have no business going this way. It's a shame, really. And I don't know, I guess I think I did catch a couple of cars. There was probably 10 cars kind of either got stuck or whatever, but they were literally on pavement and they just left their car. There was a Dodge Ram flatbed parked in the middle of the road, been there for a while. A couple trucks off the road. Like, it's weird. Normally I only see like campers and hikers and 4-wheel drive people back in here, and all the people I saw were like city people trying to take a shortcut that they had no business doing. But there was no one in the stranded cars. Someone had grabbed them and left a long time ago, obviously. But wow, that was crazy. It's night. The sky is totally clear. It's a little breezy and it's cold. It's colder today than it was yesterday. My hands are freezing. I'm going to put on my thicker jacket, maybe my gloves for a bit. Open up the back. I didn't go too far in. I only went about 3 miles in because this stuff is thick. It's deep. It's pretty good. Pretty good snow. Like for driving through, but man, I would hate to get back in too far. There was some, like, you could tell someone had come in maybe right out like a day or two ago when it first snowed. But then it's piled on since then, but it just kind of left the impression of where they went. I kind of went through those tracks, and it worked out okay. Ooh, that's better. It is pretty chilly. When I was driving in the snow, I was getting stuff up over the hood because it was so light and powdery. And when it hit the windshield, it was water. Luckily that... I finally said, screw it, I have to run the wipers, and it took all the mud off, so that's good. But man, this thing is really covered. It's almost like, it looks like overspray from like paint, but like somebody's painting mud brown. It hasn't been this dirty in a while. It's all over the whole thing. I'll have to take you to one of those spray off places. I think I'm gonna fire up some coffee while we're here. I hope I don't sound like a douchebag or anything, but, you know, talking about other people. But you see stuff, and, I mean, maybe there's a reason, you know, that people in cars are going out in 3 feet of snow. Normally on this this particular road where everyone was stuck, they'll come through with the snow plows. Normally, I think maybe the only thing I can think of is that maybe they don't plow it, hoping that people won't take it if they close down the major freeway over there. I've got the instant espresso here. I guess I'm on a little bit of a decline because the drawer wants to close. That's okay. I can use the tailgate. I got to finish off this little can. This thing's lasted, you know, these things, they heat up the water so fast. These little cans, it's lasted a long time. And now I was echoing in my own thing here. I went and bought the bigger cans. I think there's one in here. They're more stable. They'll last a long time, and they're the better the better blend of. See, this one here just says all season fuel. The other one specifically says isobutane propane for higher elevations. I mean, this could be too. It just doesn't, it's not spelling it out on the can as much. Whew, man, what a interesting. I got pretty excited about coming up here, and I didn't really check on anything. Like, okay, last time I only used about half the water, and it was perfect. I got so excited to try and catch just one more day of snow, right? One more day of snow that I didn't check on anything. Like, well, that thing looks melted. What the? The rim here is melted. I think maybe that was, it's fine here. It goes this far. If you can see that. I think the wind, yeah, the wind was blowing. Ooh, well, I didn't know that was possible. Well, that's unfortunate. The only good thing is I'm pretty sure you can buy a new, it's just the burner section. See if it works. Sounds like it works. There's not enough wind today that's gonna mess it up. Now I should have propane. I say I should have. I thought I put a red coffee cup in here. Yeah, oh, here it is. Here's this cup, and here's this cup. They're both in here. I'll use this cup and I'll put this one in here. That red one's supposed to be in there. So I doubled up on the coffee cups. I can put this in here somewhere. Now I have my cup in there. It's beautiful out. What was I saying? So yeah, I got all excited about coming up here and being able to get another day in the snow. It's only going to be, counting yesterday, like 3 days this whole winter. And the other day was like this much snow. This is about 2 feet here. I think they got a lot here. I think they got 14 inches in just like 4 hours. And that's after it snowed a little bit, and then that continued the next night. So pretty good amount of snow, which is cool. So yeah, I didn't check on anything like road closures. Not that the way I go, there's no information on these dirt roads and these back roads that I take. If there's any road closures, it would be the 40. Now, I'm not going back the way I came because of all that mud, really bad mud. And driving through the snow, it's not, I don't know. So my finger's clean. You won't be able to see that, but yeah, it's, maybe if it dries, this is really fine mess. Do I have a spoon in here? So I don't have a spoon in this one, but I have one right here. I think I made the perfect amount of water for the espresso. So here's the kind of the track that goes back in that way for a long way. And then I pulled off back into here. But where I pulled off, look how deep this stuff was. You can see my center diff, my front diff mark in the center there. Man, what a shame. This is a lot of snow here. You can see the old tracks from somebody who went through here, oh, I don't know, 2 days ago. Probably the first night that it snowed.
Pretty cool, huh? Just thought of it. I saw these tracks. I just thought of something. So back before I ran into that kind of traffic jam of people, I saw something I've never seen out here. See, deer get hit a lot, rabbits, squirrels, a lot of skunks. I saw 2 dead cattle, 2 dead cows back there, big ones. So they graze all through here, and there's signs everywhere, and there's cattle guards, as you're going down there to be careful. And it wasn't on a turn, it was kind of just on a straightaway. And just, I guess if the snow was all gone, it would be on the road, one big one. And then one just down from it, 2 cows dead. And it had to be one of those big rigs coming through, didn't want to stop and just plowed into them. I don't know when it happened. I didn't even really want to look over at it, because I don't know, that it just sucks. You see how I drive these roads and I see cows and I stop and I moo at them, and they're pretty cool, Yeah, we eat them. I love steak and hamburgers and all that. Not really my point. You don't really want something to get smashed by a vehicle and just who knows how long they suffered on the side of the road or in the road. Yeah, it kind of sucks. So I kind of averted my eyes. I didn't want to see. It looked like the neck of the one cow was like broken. I don't know. Probably frozen now. That kind of set my mindset as I'm coming up going, what the heck was that? I've never seen anybody hit a cow, because you hit a cow, your car's totaled. These things weigh like what, 800, 1,000 pounds or something? They're huge. These are big cows out here. I say cows, cattle, whatever. There's some longhorn out here. But then I caught up to those big trucks. I'm like, I bet you they closed that 40 last night, and one of those stupid trucks was coming down here and smashed into these cows. Just kept going. They're pretty good. They're pretty good around here, like the Fish and Wildlife and animal control. Like when you're in the city, it's animal control. So, where I live, it's wild. We have mountain lions in our backyard. And I'm not exaggerating. Deer, we're eating pumpkins. Javelina, we're eating pumpkins off our front thing one Halloween. Came home from dinner one night. I'm like, who's on our porch? It was a deer. So we live in the wild. But, a lot of times, mostly, like, for some reason, skunks, but something will be dead in the road and in the neighborhood. And they'll call animal control, and bam, they come right out and they clean it up and they get rid of it. They're really, really, like, there's a lot of good things about kind of the Arizona thing. I always talk about, like, our firefighters and the forestry service, what a good job they do with our forests here. After, like, the just insane thing that happened in California, all those homes gone, no one really talks about there's California forest fires every year. No one really, like, gets on board with how crazy it is until you have major loss like they did. And it was, God, just seeing those pictures, it's unreal. It's unreal. But you build houses up amongst the forest, and the forest doesn't get maintained like it should, like it does here. And something happens and there's no stopping it. And it's really unfortunate, but it's the sad truth, There's a lot of people lost everything up there, which is, I couldn't imagine. And then I see these rich people, these movie stars, starting GoFundMes for themselves. I'm like, you're kidding, right? This isn't your primary home. This is your second or third home. And you're starting a GoFundMe fundraiser for you, and you're like a movie star and you're rich? The heck out of here with that. There's all kinds of people that need help, but not those people. You know what I mean? There's just things in life. I don't know. I'm going off on a tangent. That really bugged me back there. Probably should talk about something different. It's the snow is so deep that even walking around in it, it gets halfway up to your knee. Luckily, I've got my snow boots on. All right. Good to go. I don't know if I'll be able to hold the camera and my coffee cup. I can put it over here. Hopefully it won't spill over there. There's some big stumps right here. And a drainage thing right here. Stuff's pretty deep. I don't know. It feels like I'm on I'm out of balance. It's pretty deep. Yeah, they got a lot of snow up here. Holy cow. It's almost up to my knee. I gotta clear all this away. Yeah, look how deep that is. I think I'm gonna cook up some chili because it's cold and chili will warm me up good. Should have everything I need right here. There we go. All right, got the bottle. Can't believe how deep the snow is. This is some of the best snow we've had in a few years. Not the most, but the most like at one time to where it's actually decent snow to drive in. Usually you get up here and it's had melted partially, and where's the oh, right there. It's melted, and it's just a bear to drive in. More like ice concrete than snow. But this is good, but it is wet. It's wet snow. Sun's out, so it'll start to play games with the levels of it. Let's do it like this. Let's use this one over here. A little bit of wind coming across. This thing is so light that even the lightweight handle knocks the pot over if it's empty. So this is Silverado beef stag chili. Silverado beef chili with beans, 2-bean beef tomato chili. I think this is a good one, if I remember correctly. Smells good. Big chunks of meat coming out. I think one time actually I had heated up some chili and I cooked a little cheap steak, cut the steak up and threw it in the chili. Wow, talk about good. That was good. Yeah, place to set this lid down. Get my spoon. I'm pretty sure today this is definitely going to hit the spot. Perfect day for some chili. All right, how do you start this thing? At least I'll be able to clean my pot out with snow today. If I would actually put some thought into this, I would have brought my charcoal and at least got to use my charcoal grill once this season. I'd have to shovel out an area because, like I said, it's so deep that I would you go to put it in, it would sink down and you wouldn't be able to see it. But I like using that a lot in the snow, because once you're done with it and you ate and you're letting everything cook down, you dump it, because I use just a small amount of charcoal. It's not like charcoal briquette, it's like natural charcoal. They have a charcoal kiln locally. And then you can take the big grate that's in there that's super hot and just drop it in the snow, and you just drop everything in the snow. It cools down, you wipe it down, put it away. It's like if you need to break camp and get out of there, it's nice in the snow. I haven't used it in the summer because usually we get some sort of fire ban for things like that. I can use propane, but not an open fire, even though that's charcoal and embers don't come off of it. It doesn't matter. I'm definitely not going to take the chance. Take a look at this. Looks pretty good. Nice and warm. Oh, I didn't knock down the snow enough out here. Hot. Hot potato. Yeah, it's a good one. So the Silverado one, this is one of the good ones that I remember that I've had in the past. I thought I had a Campbell's one, and I grabbed it this morning. Not Campbell's? I grabbed it this morning. It was like chili mac and beef. It was some kind of, I don't know, that might have been pretty good, but didn't I have something like that yesterday? Hot. Chunks of beef, little chunks of beef, but it's good. It's actually, like, for a canned thing, it's actually pretty dang good. I think that we've, me, you sometimes you have your sights set kind of low, what you're expecting to get from something like freeze dried or canned. And when it exceeds your expectations, you're like, hey, that's pretty cool, Dang. There's a huge tree over there on a big angle. I don't know if that thing looks like it's gonna fall. It's a healthy tree too. Look at this tree over here. Big sucker. Yeah. Whoop.